Hi, this is Manginoni, and welcome to another edition of The Good, The Bad, and The Disappointing. Let's start off with the good, and the good might not be even what you expect me to say today. It is spectacular, the Superior Spider-Man. Why am I in? Why would you think, in my right mind, would I even suggest the Superior Spider-Man be the good for the week? And I'll tell you why. Because, oh my god, the ending just blew my mind. And I cannot wait for the next issue. There is not one title that came out this week that makes me want to see what's going to happen next. More than what happened in this issue. If you remember, you have the Spider Slayer and Spider-Man are just doing their one-ups. What's really awesome is how Doc Spider is acting like a supervillain and saying, like how they do the Bond villain thing where they always say their fiendish plans and what they're planning on doing, and he gets called out on it. And, of course, that's all part of his plan to distract the Spider Slayer, and that's phenomenal. Then you have the battle between uh, Spider-Man and the three escape villains, Vulture, Boomerang, and Scorpion. And this is the kicker right here. You have a moment in time when Jameson goes, "What are you doing? I want Spider Slayer killed," and and he and Doc Spider-Man has it on record right there. Jameson basically gave the kill order, and he even basically says, "I got exactly what I needed." This is going to come back to haunt Jameson later. You watch. This is a seed that's planted. Now, I was already going, okay, you had me right here, you had me in other spots, but then Boomerang starts throwing his boomerangs. And what happens? Spider-Man webs his hands and blows him up with his own explosive boomerangs. I was like, oh my god. And then the ending, where, smart, for the Spider Slayer to send Vulture in one place, Scorpion in the other place, knowing that normally Spider-Man would say, okay, I gotta save one person at least, or try to save them both, and I'll have to let Spider Slayer escape. Not this time. He's going on the kill order. He's letting both sides die, and he's going for the kill. Oh my god, my mind was blown, and I can't. Oh, the excitement is just too much on that book right now. I cannot. I want the next issue now. I need to know what happens. That's why it's good. Let's go for the bad. Max Brooks' The Extinction Parade. Obviously, this is just a cash-in because of World War Z. And now, Max Brooks did do a G.I. Joe comic, which was phenomenal. It was like shorts dealing with the private lives of the different Joes and Cobras. Phenomenal book. And so I was really kind of excited to read this because I was like, well, this is zombies, and his other thing was pretty good, so let's give it a try. And lo and behold, it's just crap printed on slick paper. Basically, what we have is zombies. I mean, not zombies and vampires, and the vampires are like watching the zombies kill everybody, and they're having a somewhat of a good time. I don't even care about the characters at all. I don't think there's anything redeemable. I don't really say redeemable. I'll say I don't think Max really put forth anything to make me want to care about what happened to the vampires. Uh, on top of that, the art is just horrible. This is just not great. I mean, I understand it's Avatar, and they have that bar set kind of low at times because they're more into the gore and stuff. And there is some good gore if that's what you really want. But for me, there's just not a lot of substance. So that's why this really is on the bad for me. Will I buy the next one? Probably not. I'm going to save my money on this. I don't need this. Now the disappointing. Now the disappointing is what I think is going to surprise people, but I want to stress one thing. The disappointing is not necessarily on the entire issue, it's on the ending. And that is Age of Ultron number 10. Now, everything that led up to the end of this issue I thought was fantastic. It was on a roll. I mean, the way they tied in the Avengers attacking those super intelligent villains, and how they actually were reconstructing Ultron without realizing it, that was fantastic. How Pym redeems himself, another great moment in time. The art, even though you had multiple artists, I thought as a whole the art was really strong. The battle between the Avengers team and Ultron was really well done also. I mean, there's some moments I really felt bad. I mean, you can feel the pain that the heroes felt when they got blasted in the face by Ultron. All of that was great. But we get to the end, where because Wolverine went back into time a couple times to try to fix this, it kind of damaged the time reality which was expected to happen. But in doing so, what this kind of did was it kind of created a crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, I understand that Marvel has multiple dimensions and timelines, and they make no secret of that. I mean, everybody but Image has something like that. Well, I guess you could almost say Image does, just because most of them are in their own universes. But regardless, for the most part, you rarely saw interactions. In the past, we did, with, like, for example, the Squadron Supreme and the Avengers, and we saw Spider-Man with the two Spider people crossing. So we did, we had some things like that going on, but it wasn't a major event. And it looks like this is turning into a major event, because not only are you having the Marvel Universe crossing over with the Ultimate Universe, because Galactus ends up in the other universe, but you also have, I guess in some weird way, you have the crossing over with Image because of Angela appearing, and she's not happy. Which, that part was a surprise to me. But um, now, with the Galactus part here, I'm I'm kind of torn with this, because the Ultimate Universe did have their own version, and they sent that one home. And this universe right now really is not in a proper mind frame to be able to tackle Galactus. And part of me is just kind of wishing that Galactus just eats up this world. But I really love Ultimate Spider-Man way too much, and I'd hate to see them lose Ultimate Spider-Man. Everything else they can just easily I don't care, get rid of it. But so anyways, that's where my disappointment lied, was how, in a sense, Marvel took a crisis type approach to it at the very end. But I mean, I know you can probably find people who are going to argue that, well, it's not really quite crisis, and they're correct. It's not quite a crisis-like thing. But look at it this way: the Galactus would be the Anti-Monitor in this case, and he's going to devour another world. So that's why I'm saying there's that tie-in. But other than that, I think all of this was great. But anyways, that was my only disappointment. And let me get you a code of something, like I said, let me get you a code here. Okay, anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up, like the Facebook link. I do the Crunchyroll anime reviews. Those are all free. And I'll have more reviews and stuff later, so until next time.